Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Ben Nevis BN3020G homage to a Quorum Admiral's Cup. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing my Umashi homage to Patek Nautilus with the Tiffany dial. This should be my next review because one of my viewers really wants me to review this quickly. And Greg was wearing my Mini Focus MF0426G homage to an Omega Planet Ocean. I asked Grogu if Mando let him fly his new Naboo fighter, and he said no, because he isn't old enough to get his learner's permit yet. He's only 50, so he has to wait at least another 100 years. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. This being an ultra affordable watch on AliExpress, did not come in a box. I have been seeing this watch on AliExpress for some time now, and I just like the look. I don't know anything about Quorum watches and didn't know what it was homaging, but assumed it had to be something. I've had Ben Nevis on my channel before, and they are clearly in the ultra affordable range, and you can sure tell when you hold them in person. However, just like some expensive watches are better than others, some ultra affordable watches are better than others, and Ben Nevis seems to be fine for the price you pay. Yes, obviously the dial is plastic, the case is chrome plated, and the strap is silicone, but it is a $15 watch. But it is still miles above those George watches at Walmart with the fake pushers and subdials. Some might say, why bother reviewing such an affordable watch? Ultra affordable doesn't necessarily mean ultra garbage, and it is important to separate the ultra garbage from the simple basic watches. The watch is 40 millimeters if you measure the flat parts of the bezel. It is 51.5 millimeters lug to lug, so it's pretty substantial lug to lug. It's only 9.9 millimeters thick, has a 22 millimeter lug width, and only weighs 60 grams on the supplied silicone strap. The bezel is a 12-sided dodecagon, but does not resemble royal oak. Plus it has an inner dodecagon shape also. The dial looks like a flat plastic. The Ben Nevis name and logo are printed on. The indices are nautical flag numerals, with 10, 11, and 12 being two flags put together. There are charts online to show you what the flags mean, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that, for example, the one that looks like the flag of France means 3. The hands are loomed and slightly skeletonized. There is a small second subdial that is also loomed. Small seconds means no second hand alignment issues. There are slots in the chapter ring for the flag tips. There's a date window at the 3, which is a little too small for the color matched date wheel. Also, since the date is in a patch of red, they would have been better off with the red background. The unsigned crown is a push-pull since there's only the basic 30 meters water resistance. There's a quick set date. The crown action is really loose. Setting the time can be a chore because the minute hand can jump slightly when pushing in the crown. You have to be really careful. If you're slow enough, you can... that one time it jumped. But sometimes I can do it without it jumping. You just have to be really careful when you set it. It's not near as bad as some of these cheaper quartz watches where it becomes almost impossible to set it without jumping. The case is a chrome-plated alloy, and Ben Nevis does not say otherwise on the ad. They admit it. It too maintains that dodecagon shape. The lugs slope down decently, and the lugs are nice and thin, so it makes this 22 millimeter lug width doesn't seem quite as big. The press-on case back has the Ben Nevis name and logo plus the model number. Then it gives the 30 meters water resistance. It says stainless steel case back, which is another tell that this case is chrome plated. The strap is silicone, which is fitted to the dodecagon corners of the case, and it looks really nice. Usually a watch this affordable wouldn't have a fitted strap. And it has 2 floating keepers, but unless you have a really tiny wrist, you'll never need the second one. So if I was going to keep this watch, I would probably take one of them off. Then the buckle is just your basic buckle, but it seems sturdy enough. It doesn't seem cheap and flimsy. And if you do want to get a deployment class for this, you'll need an 18mm. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. As you can see, it wears nice and flat because the lugs slope down pretty good. But look at this, I only have one notch left. So if your wrist is any bigger than 7 3/4, you will not be able to wear this on the supplied strap unless maybe you cut your own notch. And that's a shame if you do have to switch straps, because it's, once again, this is a fitted strap and it looks nice. Here we are in the loom room. Watches in this price range usually do not have good loom, but since it has some anyway, we'll show it to you. As we speed up the time, the second hand fades almost immediately. The minute hand does it a little better, with the hour hand being the best of the three. Of course, the hour hand's bigger, so it has more loom. What do I like about this watch? Well, the cool dial. Those nautical flags just look pretty cool, and it's just a fun looking watch. I like the fact that the silicone strap is fitted to the case, which is rare. And I like the fact that it's comfortable and wears nice on the wrist. What are my gripes and groans? The date window is a little bit too small for the date. Has really loose crown action, and it's hard to set because sometimes the minute hand jumps when you press in the crown. And this silicone strap is just too short for large wrists. Do I recommend this watch? Sure. I think the nautical flags look cool, and unless you want to spend thousands of dollars on the real quorum, this is your only choice. Yeah, it feels pretty cheap when you hold it in your hand, but it looks nice and I enjoyed wearing it for this review. If I actually went boating, I might keep this, but I don't boat. But then again, I have diver watches and I don't dive, so maybe I'll keep it anyway. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Ben Nevis BN3020G, and I will be back with another review, hopefully that Nautilus I'm wearing now. Bye.